Hi, this is Mel. I hope all of you are doing awesome. Today we're going to do another ghost story. So this ghost story is about a restaurant. So Ashok worked in a restaurant and he usually did the evening shift after coming back from his college. He would go to work. So his work hours are around 5 to 11. Usually it's 10 o'clock the restaurant closed, but then he had to clean up, fix up, so it usually get like 10:30, 11. And then most of the days he would just walk back home, or sometimes his dad even picked him up if it got a little late, but it was safe to walk back around 10 p.m. And he was already 18 years old, but he still didn't get a car because he was saving up money to buy a car. So he got an evening job. I mean, he was just gonna get a second-hand car for $1,000 or $2,000. So he was working in the evening, and there was this nice guy, very nice elderly person, used to come every evening. And Asuk presumed that he came for his dinner, and this place sold all varieties of things. Like they had burgers and fries, but at the same time they had brown rice, vegetables. So they had a mix of healthy and non-healthy food, just the way some restaurants are. Some serves only unhealthy, some serves a mix. So this elderly person, he was probably living alone or maybe some with somebody, but Asok didn't know that. But all he knew that he came and he got his evening dinner. So one day while he was getting his evening dinner, he had a neighbor lady coming, and they had a little chit chat. So after that, the neighborly lady was, her name was Cynthia. And so he said to Asok, "Is Mr. Joseph come here to eat every day?" And Asok said that, yeah, he's a regular customer. He comes every day and gets his evening meal. And, he said, I guess he likes the environment more than the meal itself because he really doesn't eat that much. And he's a big tipper. He gives him, he's kind, generous. He gives him big tip. And then so Cynthia said, while Mr. Joseph lives alone, and I'm his next door neighbor, and I look after him. And then I usually buy things for him, and we always chat quite often. He's a nice guy, but his family, like his daughter and son, they live to another states. So then anyway, they had a little conversation, and Asuk was really very friendly. He liked to talk, more of a chatty kind. So anyway, that kept him busy, and his 5 hours of work or 6 hours of work was smooth sailing. But he did more work on Saturday. Sunday, the place used to be closed. That was a good thing for him, so he can catch up on his studies and homework. So he did around like 30 hours a week or whatever. So then it was going smooth, and he enjoyed his work, enjoyed his school, which is college. A lot of people call it school. And then this elderly person didn't come for like quite some time, didn't come for like a 2 week period. And also used to look for him every day, and he would like get really sad by seeing his table empty. So one day, place was getting very like empty, because around 8 o'clock usually it was just the Monday and Tuesday the place was like very low in business, and then around Thursday, Friday is totally picked up, but Thursday start picking up. But the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights were like very slow night. There are few customers, and by 9 o'clock, most of the customer left. Like the tables are really empty. So, for, like comparing to Friday, there was like not a single table was all full. Like Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is their biggest business, and Sunday night they're closed, and Sunday whole day they're closed. So, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, daytime was good business, but after 8 p.m. there were not many people, like one or two people come. And so anyway, it was a Monday evening, and when I so came to work, I keep thinking about the old man that it's been like 2 weeks he isn't here, and it was like in his mind all the time. And somehow he liked the man, not that he was a big tipper. He liked him because he used to have conversation, and sometimes you get used to people and don't see them and you really miss them. So, and then Miss Cynthia didn't stop by, so he could just ask her or anything. So, anyway, as he was just focusing and sweeping and thinking, and he saw there was a bell, like when the restaurant door opened, there's a tring bell. And so he said the bell ring. And then so he looked up and he was like, well, we're gonna close in an hour. So remember, 10 o'clock we close. And then he saw it was that old man, and he was like, oh, come on in, how you been? Haven't seen you for so long. Where have you gone? Did you go to see your family? I thought maybe you went to see your son or daughter. I mean, I was missing you so much. And he didn't speak anything, he just smiled. So he just said, oh, what's going to be your usual? Or let me just make it and bring it to you, because I didn't see any customer. I'm just cleaning up and I'm trying to just wait for my time so I could close up. But you're most welcome because I missed you so much. So then he got his food and he came and he sat on his table, and he saw something strange about the man, that he didn't talk much. But it was raining heavily and too much rain and stormy night. And he was kind of shocked. The mane was like totally dry. He wasn't wet. And then he was like, well, how did you get here? Like, it's so stormy night and you're not even wet. And I'm wondering how to go home, and I don't want to call my dad in the stormy night. I'm just gonna think like I can just chill out here or whatever. So anyway, then he had his usual food and gave him a big tip, and then it was like 10 o'clock, and by the time he was eating, Asok finished all his work, and he was like, I'm wondering how to get home. And he was like, well, I can give you a ride. And I was like, are you sure? Because this is so much rain. I could hardly see myself. It's pouring. I'll just wait up here. I guess I'll close up, put the close sign, stay inside. And I was like, okay, we'll wait till it slows down. So Asuk was doing all the chatting while he's sitting, and Asuk said, okay, I'll get you some more dessert. And he bought some dessert, and I was surprised that he didn't talk much this time. Asok did all the talking and he was listening. And Asok keeps saying to him, I missed you so much. I was thinking about you. And he said, yeah, I know. And he was like, how do you know I was thinking about you? I said, well, I just know you're thinking about me. That's why I came to visit you. And then when it got slowed a little bit, then he said, okay, let's go drop you. And he went in his car. And then his car was really with lots of paper and everything, really dirty. So they stopped by near a trash can, and so cleaned it up and quickly in 10 minutes. He said, let me just throw away all the trashes from your car to the trash can so it'll be clean. And he did that. And then he dropped him and then said goodbye to him. And then he was like, make sure you come by daily because I really do miss you. And then he went. And then next day, as usual, Ashok went to his work. And as he was working, so he saw that Miss Cynthia came and she sat down, had a cup of coffee, and was like before the closing time. So he went to, after he gave her coffee and everything, I was like, hi, how are you? And then he went to his table, her table, and then he was like, you know your neighbor, Mr. Joseph? He was so nice. He came by yesterday and it was pouring rain and he gave me a ride. And to this, India was just looking at him as if like, and then Ashok said, why are you staring at me like that? And then she said, it's so weird that 2 weeks ago he passed away in his sleep and his funeral and everything is done. And he was like, what? I said, yeah, he's not alive anymore. Are you sure? I said, yeah, he came, he had food, and I was thinking about him for 2 weeks. I was like so sad, and he said he knew I was thinking about him, and it was pouring rain and I had to stay here. I didn't want to wake up my dad, so I was like, his dad delivered newspaper in the morning, and then he went to his taxi driving job. So I didn't want to wake up his dad. So he was like, I wanted to just walk, but it was pouring rain, and I said, okay, I'll just chill out here. When the rain stop, I'll run. And he said, no, 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 I'll give you a ride. He gave me a ride, and he said, thank you. And she said, well, I would be really happy if he was here and alive, but he's not. Sorry to say this to you. He passed away 2 weeks ago. And Asuk didn't know what to think, but he wasn't scared or anything because he said that he seemed so peaceful and happy. And at the same time, like a lot of things was off. Like he didn't get wet even though it was pouring rain and thunder and lightning. And he was being so old, he can see everything in the rain and lightning, and gave him a ride. And he told us, so said that he was missing him so badly, and he said, yes, I know. So so that Cynthia said, well, I guess he really liked you, so he gave you a visit, but just know that he's not here with us anymore and has gone to a far better place. And Ashok was very sad, and he gave him his final respect. And after that, he didn't see him anymore once he knew the truth. So yeah, that was the story, and this is a true story. So I hope you like it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll see you with many, many more. Bye bye.